I want to briefly kind of paraphrase this story in Numbers chapter 22. It starts around 22 about Balaam, who is this prophet. He's a prophet from another nation, but somehow he know how to connect to the Most High God of Israel. The Moabite king named Balak, don't get them confused, Balak and Balaam. The Moabite king, he wanted to hire Balaam to curse the Israelites. And initially the Most High was telling him nah, not to do it, and he still was trying to do it, trying to find out. Then the Most High was like, oh, well, go and do it. But the Most High really didn't want him to do it. And while he was riding his donkey, the donkey stopped. The donkey stopped and wouldn't go no further, and Balaam got mad, hit the donkey, and somehow the spirit jumped on the donkey. The donkey started talking to him, and the donkey showed him, like, listen, man, if I would have went any further, this angel right here was finna kill you. See this angel with this sword right here? And then the Most High gave him the vision where he could see the angel, and the angel was finna chop his head off. And then he realized, hey, man, the donkey pretty much said, that ain't really what I came here to talk about, was the donkey. But if you want to glean a message from that, if God could use a donkey, turn to your neighbor. If God can use a donkey, he can use anybody. All right, that's what we can glean from that. But come to the point of eventually, after that point, the Most High God said, listen, this is what you gonna do. All right. You gonna go up there. You gonna say, hey, okay, I'm gonna do it, but you ain't gonna say nothing that I don't tell you to say. You gonna say my words that I tell you to say exactly. And so he agrees to go up there. He agrees. He tells Moses, hey, man, I'm gonna agree. And he tells the king, like, listen, man, I can't say nothing that God don't tell me to say. I gotta say exactly what he says. When I call out to him, I gotta say exactly what he wants me to say. And Moab king was like, yeah, man, just make sure you curse him. That's what I'm paying you for, brother. Make sure you curse him, though. He said, listen, I can't do nothing but tell you what God told me to tell you. And so this happens 3 times. He tried to curse him one time, didn't work out. You know, he was blessing them. He was like, look how blessed Israel is. They looking faultless. You know, there's no, I can't find any sin upon them to curse them. And, you know, they're going to be this great nation, and they're going to kill these people. And look how peaceful and lovely they look out there, and righteous they look. And then he took them to another hill. He didn't like that. Took him to another hill. Same thing happened. Took him to another hill. Same thing happens. All right. And he couldn't curse him. All right. Balaam couldn't curse him. You know, the Moabite king was a little mad. And the story goes on. There was no iniquity found in Israel, and Balaam just couldn't curse him because the Most High was with him. He wouldn't allow them to be cursed. But if you continue reading, the very next chapter, we start seeing about chapter 25, we start seeing these Midianite women. This is from another nation. These Midianite women have started entering into the camp, and the Midianite women are pretty much saying, hey, you know, I'll give you a little bit of this monkey if you just come, you know, do this ritual with me and serve my God with me. You know, just come over here. Let's sacrifice this bullock together and eat us a little something. And then, you know what I'm saying, you can have that monkey, man. You start serving Baal Peor. And Israelite men start signing up for that. They start signing up for that monkey. They're like, yeah, no, I'll do that. And we see that, you know, we see that today, you know, where these people, you know, especially in this industry, this movie industry and all this stuff, man, you see jokers will do a lot of things for that monkey, man. They'll sign up for a lot of things, get themselves involved, they get pulled away from God because of that monkey, man. So these Midianite women are offering that monkey, and in exchange for offering the monkey, you know, that's why you had like sodomites. These were male prostitutes that were inside of the temples. Israelite men were going in there sleeping with these men prostitutes. You also had you had women there also that they would go in these temples and sacrifice and sleep with these women's. They had orgies and all of this stuff in the Roman times, dealing with these other deities, and that's was the attraction, one of the main attractions for the paganism. And once this started to happen, the anger of the Most High was kindled. Okay, the Most High began to get, at first it was, oh, I don't see no guilt in there. I'm gonna protect them. Ain't no way you gonna curse them. Look how beautiful, look how peaceful my people are. Now he is 38 hot at these folks. And he tell Moses, hey, look, Moses, I want you to go down there, and anybody that's sleeping with these Midianite women and serving their gods, I want you to cut their head off and put it on a stake and have it facing the sun, so that it'll kindle my anger. So the only way to kindle the Most High's anger, that everybody who's serving, going over there to these temples, sleeping with these women, serving these Baal Peor, look into that. That mean the Lord of the opening, or the Lord of flies, or something like that. Look into that. All right, it gets a little filthy, but they was going after Baal Peor. So anybody that's dealing with that, any man you find dealing with that, cut their head off, put it on a stake, have it facing me, to try to kindle my anger. Then the Most High put a plague on the Israelites. He puts a plague on them until, hundreds of thousands of them are dying. And while hundreds of thousands of them are dying, you got this one Israelite brother who still got a Midianite, and bring her to the camp. While everybody's dying, getting sick because of this foolishness, he brings her to the camp. And then the brother Phineas, he puts the javelin through both of them. He kills both of them, the Midianite woman and the man, puts his javelin through both of them, and the Most High uses that as an atonement. And it kindles his anger, and he releases the plague. And that's not really what I wanted to talk about. The story that we're talking about is Balaam. What does this have to do with Balaam? Well, if you continued on reading down to Numbers chapter 31, I think it's about verse 6, Moses explains that Balaam is the one that told him, send them women down there. Like, I can't curse them, but send them women down there to them. Send them women down there to them, and that'll be their downfall. Like, once you do that and get them to start worshiping them other gods, that will be their downfall. Once you get them women down there to convince them to worship them other deities, then you can go down there and destroy them. And so Balaam still gave them that advice that that did work. Israel was getting pretty much hammered because of that, until Phineas came down and put that javelin through and kind of lifted that anger from off of Israel. But I yield with that. Again, it's just one of those stories that you're probably not going to hear in Sunday service, but it's something that we can glean from it anyway. Don't let these women take your strength, men. Understand that we have to be the spiritual leaders in our household, and don't let no monkey steer you away from God. Don't let no monkey drag you into no Ephiism. And, I'm finna follow the culture of my ancestors. Don't let them have you involved in the witchcraft and the horoscopes and enchantments and Torah. We'll just come on, read this Torah. Let's go on a date. Let's go on a Torah reading. Wouldn't that be fun? We take it, baby. We done did it. Let's go get a Torah reading done on us and see. Don't let that monkey drag you into that foolishness. All right, with that, I say shalom. I pray this thing was edifying. Y'all be blessed.